Hello students and welcome to the introductory lecture on alkaloids. Today we will touch upon the following points. It's the definition of alkaloids, distribution and occurrence, forms of alkaloids, functions, classification and the physical properties of alkaloids. First of all, the definition of alkaloids. The term alkaloid, which means alkali-like, was introduced by the pharmacist Wiesner in the year 1819, and it is commonly used to designate basic heterocyclic nitrogenous compounds of plant origin that are physiologically active. This definition has some deviations which are as follows. First of all, the basicity, as we have used the term basic in the definition, but some alkaloids are not basic. For example, colchicine and quaternary alkaloids. The second point deviation is on the nitrogen. The nitrogen in some alkaloids is not in a heterocyclic ring. For example, ephedrine and mescaline. The third deviation is on the basis of plant origin. Some alkaloids are derived from bacteria, fungi, insects, etc. Now the next point is the distribution and occurrence. Alkaloids are usually found in the seeds, roots, leaves and bark of the plants. As for example, datura, all the plant parts contain alkaloids. The alkaloids present in the bark, for example, cinchona, seeds, example, nux vomica, roots, aconite, fruits, black pepper, leaves, tobacco, and the latex in opium. Alkaloids are worldwide present in many families ranging from primitive mosses to highly complex graminae. They are very rare in lower plants. They are usually present in angiosperms. Dicots are more rich in alkaloids than monocots. Families which are rich in alkaloids are Apocynaceae, Rubiaceae, Solanaceae and Papaveraceae. And families which are free from alkaloids are Rosaceae and Labiatae. The form of alkaloids. Alkaloids occur as free bases, so it forms salts with organic acids like oxalic or acetic acid. Alkaloids form salts with inorganic acids also like HCl and H2SO4. Some of the alkaloids form salts with special acids like meconic acid in opium, quininic acid in cinchona. They are present as glycosides also in solanum and veratrum groups. They are present as amides in piperine or as esters in tropine and cocaine. The function of alkaloids in plants. They are reserve substances with an ability to supply nitrogen. Secondly, they may act as defensive mechanism for plants against insects and herbivores due to their bitterness and toxicity. They are sometimes act as growth regulators in certain metabolic systems. They are end products of detoxification mechanism in plants. They may be utilized as a source of energy in case deficiency in carbon dioxide assimilation. Next we come to the classification of alkaloids. First, our classification is based on biogenetic. It is based on the biogenetic pathway that forms the alkaloids. Second classification is based according to the plant source of plants, which means the botanical source. The third classification is the type of amines, whether primary, secondary or tertiary alkaloids. And the next most important classification is based on the basic chemical structure of alkaloids, which we will discuss. Classification. The alkaloids are generally classified according to the nature of nucleus present. For example, first is phenylalkylamine derivative. As you can see, the example of this class of compounds is ephedrine, Next is the tropane derivative. As you can see this nucleus here, tropane derivative, example is atropine. Third type of class is pyridine and piperidine derivatives. As you can see, pyridine and piperidine derivatives, examples are lobeline and nicotine. Next class belongs to the quinoline derivative. As you can see, the nucleus of quinoline, examples are quinine and quinidine. Next is the isoquinoline derivative. As you can see the structure here or the nucleus, example is papaverine. Indole derivative, example argometrine. Next is imidazole derivative. As you can see the imidazole nucleus, example is pilocarpine. Purine, this is the nucleus of purine, example very important or common example is caffeine. Next we come to the detection of alkaloids, how you can detect the alkaloids present in the plant. First reagent is the Mayer's reagent. It is a solution of potassium mercuric iodide and it reacts with alkaloids and gives cream colored precipitate. The second reagent is Dragendorf's reagent, which is a solution of potassium bismuth iodide and it gives orange colored precipitate with alkaloid. Third reagent is the Wagner's reagent and it is iodine dissolved in potassium iodide which gives reddish brown precipitate with alkaloid. The next reagent is the Hager's reagent, which is a picric acid and gives yellow precipitate with the alkaloid. With the help of these reagents we can detect the presence of alkaloids in plants and animals. Next we come to the physical properties of alkaloids. With few exceptions, all the alkaloids are colorless, crystalline solids with a sharp melting point. Some of the alkaloids are amorphous also, for example gums, while others are liquid and volatile in nature. Some alkaloids are colored also, for example berberine is yellow. As we already know that the alkaloids occur as free bases which are soluble in organic, non-polar, immiscible solvents. The salts of most bases are soluble in water. Free bases are insoluble in water. They are soluble in organic solvents. The alkaloids containing quaternary bases are only water soluble because they are ionic. Some of the pseudo-alkaloids and proto-alkaloids show higher solubility in water. For example, caffeine is freely soluble in water, and as we all know that alkaloids is bitter in taste. This is all in this lecture. In the next lecture, we will discuss the general methods of structure elucidation of alkaloids. Thank you.